If you're overwhelmed by AI right now, that is a normal reaction. This technology is improving exponentially. New game-changing features are shipping every day, and you and I are literally living at the edge of our brain's evolutionary design to keep up with the information overload. Here's the trick. You don't need to be on top of everything. You don't need to gain mastery immediately. You just need to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. And then you build the system that lets you thrive in an environment like this, where you incrementally improve your knowledge, your understanding, and the system itself. Then you let that system operate so a snowball effect kicks in. I'm James Sheckett. I've worked at the intersection of entertainment and technology for over a decade, previously at YouTube, Google, and Disney, with experience in both the business and performance side. I'm sharing how to upgrade the way you create, work, and live in an ever-evolving AI world while maintaining some peace of mind. So today, I want to walk you through the actual system I'm running right now, the foundational docs that anchor everything, the atomic habits agent I've built on top of them, the flow state protection that keeps me focused, the research agent to take care of the influx of all the new things, and general information diet hygiene that keeps me sane. I've been using this system for the past few weeks, and it keeps getting better. Let's get into it. So step 1, 3 foundational docs. Start with the things that give you the highest leverage right now. So I'll tell you, these aren't quick wins. They take a little investment of your time, but they make every other thing you do easier. Here's what you want to create. The first one is a personal constitution. This is a simple markdown file. Mine talks about who I am at my core and what values I hold. This is what lets your AI really know about you in a doc that you can iterate on an ongoing basis so it aligns with you. The second is a 2026 goals doc. Mine talks about habits I want to build, specific things I want to achieve or change. It's your goals. For me, I want to continue designing agentic systems, learning, building, and sharing, while trying to stay cognitively sharp and physically healthy. This ensures it knows what my goals are so it works with me to help me achieve them in everything we do together. The third is a core business strategy doc. Mine talks about my consulting business, my content creation pipeline, my operational procedures, things like that. What I do and who I want to serve. Keep them short. Make them copyable files that you can give to your AI to reference by pointing them to those files. That way, anything you do, the AI has the context of who you are, where you're going, and what you actually do. And if you're not sure how to make these docs, ask your AI to help you make them. Give it the transcript of this video and ask it, what is the best way for me to make these docs? Ask me questions until you have a great idea and picture of what I'm up to that sets us up for success. That way you've got that foundational knowledge set up before you write a single word. This is the work that makes all other work easier. Anchor your system around those 3 docs as best you can. You'll feel more in control, and you'll notice how much better it handles all new tasks moving forward. So here's step 2, the atomic habits agent, an AI agent trained on the principles of the book Atomic Habits. If you want to copy this, ask your AI, what's the best way to implement the principles from the book Atomic Habits to ensure we build a better system to help me reach my goals? Ask me clarifying questions and proactively recommend scheduled automations we can use to keep me accountable with moving forward every day. Here's how it works for me. Every morning, it gives me a briefing. It tells me the next thing I should focus on, the thing with the highest leverage that will help me improve my system. It's up to date with everything I'm up to, because I give it ongoing updates and it saves a library of artifacts that it's helping me make to move my goals, my business, and my content forward. So it's not generic advice. It's specific to what I'm actually working on right now. It helps me organize my priorities. It helps me protect my flow state, which I'll be sharing in more detail later in this video. Because it learns the long-term trends about me, it becomes a personal strategic coach. And the philosophy underneath this is simple. If you are 1% better every day, you'll compound very quickly, and you'll be a very different person by the end of the year with a system you've built for yourself. So here's step 3, the 90-minute flow state. Now, all of this only works if you protect your time to do deep work to move your goals forward, and that brings me to flow state. We thrive when we can reach flow state. We've all experienced it. It's those periods where you're in the groove with whatever you're doing, that deep focus. It happens a lot when we play sports. It might happen when you're locked in on a project, ignoring everything else. You feel good and focused. Your creativity is enhanced. Your productivity is better. You're learning a lot. You're getting an enormous amount done. The problem with the modern day world is that we're barely able to reach flow state because we're constantly being interrupted. There are entire businesses that make a lot of money grabbing your attention, and they're very good at it. So you have to protect your time. You have to protect your flow state. There's a strong correlation between happier, fulfilled people and the ability to tap into their flow state often. You'll feel better and more in control when you do. So here's the habit I recommend. Set up a 90-minute time slot every day. That is your flow state time. Use it to work on your most important thing. Just one reasonably challenging and rewarding thing to get started that's high leverage. And here's where my Atomic Habits agent comes back in. It knows what my biggest priority is right now, what's going to move my goals forward, and what's the highest leverage thing I can do to improve my system and keep scaling. If you're just starting out and you don't have an agent like this, your first 90-minute flow block could literally just be making those 3 foundational docs. That is the highest leverage thing you can do today. Quick one before the next piece. If there's something specific you're trying to build into your system right now, something where you want to feel more productive but also keep your mental peace, drop it in the comments and hit subscribe. I read them and I make videos based on what people are actually trying to solve. So here's step 4, the research agent. This is how I can still collect information but not feel overwhelmed by it all. To set this up, ask your AI what's the best way to create a separate repository of AI news with an emphasis on new AI tools to help me achieve my goals. How would you maintain it with an intuitive, prioritized ranking system of what needs my attention whenever I want to review it? So, it runs on a schedule, it looks at the newsletters I trust, and it does a brief search of impactful AI news. Then it relates everything back to my personal and business goals, using those foundational docs from earlier, and it gives me a prioritized ranking of what should get my attention next and what we should incorporate into our existing system. So instead of me chasing 50 launches a week, the agent does the chasing. I just look at the top of the prioritized list at scheduled times. So your inner core, how you operate, stays mostly protected, and new information comes in at a speed you can actually process and digest. Here's step 5. The information diet. So if you think about it, there's the food diet we all know about. What you eat really impacts your body. The quality and frequency of what you eat really matters. But there is also something called the information diet. And if you're consuming a lot of information, the quality of it matters just as much. What sources are you consuming? How often are you consuming them? And how much cognitive load is it putting on you? The context switching in news feeds and scrolling is exhausting. It burns out your brain and your ability to focus on long-term things. And focusing on long-term things is what helps get you to harder to achieve goals instead of short-term dopamine hits. So here's what I did with my own information diet. I removed a lot of notifications, social media notifications, email notifications. I silenced things so I can protect my time. And I'm more intentional about when I'm not engaging with technology, so I can be more present with the physical world and the friends and family around me, because that's an important thing too. The sources you consume are a personal choice, but the rule I use is this: pick sources that present information in a way that helps you grow. There's an infinite amount of things that will stress you out, and there's also a ton of information that shows you the positive possibilities of what's next. It's up to you to decide how you want to frame your attention, to work towards the things that give you energy to help yourself and the world. So let me bring this all back together. You don't need to be on top of everything. You don't need to gain mastery immediately. You just need to be better than you were yesterday. You start with 3 foundational docs that give your AI ongoing context: values, goals, business. You stack an Atomic Habits agent on top of it so it nudges you on what to focus on. You protect a 90-minute flow block every day to do the highest leverage thing your system helps you identify. You have a research agent on top of that so the world's AI news gets filtered through your actual priorities before it ever reaches you. And you groom your information diet so the inputs stay clean. Your inner core stays protected. New information comes in at a speed you can actually process and digest. You feel more in control, and once the snowball is established, the system itself can start operating at an exponential growth level. There's a lot of information out there focused mostly on AI productivity and skills. I'm trying to also offer an angle for achieving the things we want while keeping us less overwhelmed and anxious about it all, so we strike that balance of productive peace of mind. If you made it this far into the video, like and subscribe, and share with someone that can benefit from this.